Take 3. It is a cold and blustery day out today, if I can get that all right. Like I said, this is my third try. Usually we're a non-retake channel, but yeah, we had to do that one at least twice. We're still down here. We're still playing Comanche, but I wanted to give you a little update. It's been a while since I've been able to play. Took a well-earned Monday off. Work all weekend. And yeah, having a great time playing games today. I got a little bit of my chores done. But I want to give you an update. And I don't know where we left off on our last video, but this might be my last game. Right now, we just had an enemy action right here. Here's what killed me. Was this. But you can see here, before I got to this culture attack, the enemy had a settlement and a settlement. And this is the enemy, green means south, the southern enemy. So here we go. So settle means they're going to start putting some settlements out here. They're expanding, it's just, basic history. But there you go. And they got 1, 2, 3. Is there a settlement here? 4 settlements. So then when this little action comes up, the culture attack cost me 3 action points. He was all set with cleaned out of action points, so that would have been his last attack. But he started off with a subjugate. Then he went to peace, which is fine. I think he had a ravage counter or something on his units down there. Anyway, the war. We drew a peace chit, which meant we're going to have peace with the Mexicans in the south, but we already had a war column, which means we're already at war with them. So then this peace comes up. So if the peace counter value, if this 3 is greater than the war column value, then we settled peace and everything's okay. Unfortunately for me, the war column strength was 4, which was greater than peace. So that meant the people who were wanting peace, pushing for peace, got pushed out of the way, and the war column advanced, which is fine. It came up here, and that's not our problem right now. As a matter of fact, if you look at my rancherias, we're at the height of it. We're at the height of it, but bad luck, schmuck. We picked them. The South as our next enemy to be active. They subjugated. Peace was not, because the greater shout was for war, so it's fine. They war column moved. But then this is what killed me. Another settlement. So that added these settlements through here. So they're settling like crazy, which I didn't think much of, but then came the culture attack. And in a culture attack, we suffer 1 culture point hit, plus another culture point for each settlement. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. My culture, you can see here, it's down to 0. But we were up here I think we were at 4. Everything was at 4. And yeah, that just killed me. When your culture points go down to 0, game over, you're done. We're chomping at the bit to get in our Halo game. So it might be it. I got the day off today. I got to print stuff up for that game, though, but I just want to see if I can get the board on the table. Yeah, that's some big maps. I'll have to check that out, but I'm thinking that's it. We tried our best. We never did get past the second development deck, but I've been at it for a while. This game's been on my board for at least a couple months, but like I said, I only get to play maybe a few minutes a week, maybe a half an hour a week. Look at here. We just got done raiding, and it was one of the best successful raids we had. He had a 3. We got to pull 3 chits from that raid. Our war chief was at a 2, and each time we rolled for him, we got a 2 or less, which was lucky. It means we got more chit draws, and we had a warfare card that meant we got, which was strength. The strength was 3 plus 1 for our war chief. And we had 1 for our warfare card, which meant we had 5 draws out of this cup each time. And we were getting successes left and right. Look at that. Not many enemy actions, but a bunch of successes. And we stocked up on horses and captives. So we were at the height. My Comanche nation was on it. We had rancherias. They were all stocked with horses, trade goods, guns. We were ready for any threat that would have been from a war party or war column, which killed me any other time. Although I do think I did suffer a 1 defeat with the culture. Them culture attacks are killer. So yeah, you got to watch it when they start expanding, which is fine. But boy, and then when you start drawing these, settles, and then more settles, I mean, I look down here and I'm like, oh my God, because it takes at least one ravage counter to get rid of these guys. And there's a lot that goes on with that. And look at all these settlements we're going to have to ravage. Wow. But look at all these ravage counters on that one. So one of these popped up, be a card play, which is fine, which puts a wrench in all of my controlling area A requirements for victory conditions. But again, we had a card, and each time we drew a success counter, we got a ravage counter. It only takes 3 or 4 to wipe him off the map, so he was pretty well toast. And anyway, just giving you a little heads up. Like I said, this is like probably game 8 or 9, and this is about as far as we got. Like I said, we're stocked. My little rancherias. Well, we're ready. I know for sure I was getting unbeatable. Well, there you go. So much for that idea. Yeah, we had some allies here. Yeah, we're all set. All right, just wanted to let you know the next one you see probably be our new game coming on up. We'll let you know. We'll be back. All right, ta-da. We've got plenty of room for our Napoleonic game, Battles of Napoleon. And this is their Volume 1. I don't know what the series of battles were for their Volume 2. But they do have a Volume 2 out, and they do have other games. Besides Battles of Napoleon. And the name of the publisher is... Where are we at down here? Oh, Sound of Drums. Danish, I think? I'm not sure. I don't want to say. European. Here we are. We got everything all cleared off. I haven't got me a little bit of miniatures. Not ultimately. And like I said, this is probably an alternate life or when I retire. Actually, this piece of a paneling has got to go back here. It never got put up. There's a piece that's out in the garage too, but I want to get this. I want to get me a regular piece of plywood this big, stain it up nice, shellac it, make it all nice and glossy with, places here you can put dice and counters and stuff. You know how a war table is. Most people, you can see them online. But yeah, I'd want to put this up because it's a piece of paneling. It has to get done with this basement down here. But this has been here since the time my pops was still around. But yeah, now what I would like to do is look at all this space here, and then you can really zoom in here. I actually got a few miniatures from back in the day, and I'm talking 20-something years ago when I painted them up. Just painting them up for hobby. That's all. I think I might have had 4 or 5 more got lost, but I would love, and like I said, time is the key. No time in the working life, but to make this a miniatures table. So in my next life, I'd have a miniatures table, a wargaming table. Next up, we're all set here. We do have our, Leah's trapped. It must be taken game. Moved on over here. Luckily, I was able to move it without anything much moving around, but yeah, this is what we got done. This is our game of development. This whole map's got to get painted up, designed up. We're just on terrain and city approximations. There you go. Roads leading into cities. Road conditions. See there, that's one of the muddier ones. There'll be 3 or 4 different road conditions for the torrential weather that happened after the Battle of Gettysburg. There you go. Little books or something to hold it on down with. There you go. A little tour of my little war room section of the man cave, and we got some copy of Battle Cry. Boy, I'd love to get the other 3 or 4. I think there was like 3 or 4 games in the series. But yeah, we got this little bit of an antique there to go with it. We're getting ready to put down some ALU 1807. Watched some videos. I already checked out some videos from Stuka Joe. He has a great teacher when it comes to those games, but I do have to print out some rules. I think these rules are null and void. I need to print out the 1.5 version, which I think is on Board Game Geek and all other stuff, and some other. I think Stuka Joe's got some stuff on there under files for ALU that you could have as player aids. So we're ready to dive into that one. Put up Comanche area. Had a great time with that game. It was kind of a, let me see. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's just kind of, you go through your steps and you do what you do. It's kind of like, it was kind of like a puzzle. I mean, you had your battles and everything, but once you got your steps down, it was like clockwork, boom, 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 boom. But unfortunately, and to be honest with you, I wish I could play it more, but my time is very limited, and I wanted to get into this new game. So there you go. We are getting ready to put her on down. Man, that's a big box. I think we need a lot of room for that. I think they have a campaign mode where you use two of the two maps, and I think if you want to do it with each scenario, you can do one map. I think they got two maps, and then when you want to do the grand campaign game, you use both maps. So we'll see how it goes. We'll be back having a day off in the war room section of Man Cave. All right, then here we are. Oh, there's an episode in Seinfeld. Real Costanza got himself one of those big old puffy coats. And he keeps on walking around the guy's liquor store knocking stuff over because he's got too big of a coat. I'll tell you what, old Alau 1807 is definitely a big coat game. God, I mean, I had to move everything. I barely had enough space. And we're keep on going. Wow. I mean, I don't know if these guys think we all have NATO war rooms in our house or what, but gee, many Christmas. I barely got away with it. Look at a little bit of space at the end. And I even had to get up all my war magazines. Yeah, that's another thing. If you wanted to, you could just get yourself I think this is maybe, I had a year where I had a big DraftKings win or something. all my luxuries come from DraftKings, but I got me a subscription. And yeah, you can just live off that, get all these games. There's what, six games there? Maybe that was that's a year. I think it's bi-monthly. But yeah, it's a year's worth of strategy and tactics, and of course we got our little folio games we like to play. But yeah, here's the suckers. Huge. Wow. Now I don't know if all these counters will be used for each battle or this might be the grand campaign setup, but they do have it with a core. I like this breakdown though. Core, divisions, stuff like that. Your corps commanders, division commanders. Okay. Oh, Napoleon in charge of his French Guard. Give you a little bit of a look down what I'm looking at here. So the Russians and the French Army back. And I think this is a display that has to be reprinted. And I don't know if it'll fit on this though, because it's, I don't know if it'll work it out. Maybe these things chuck in the trash and put out the other display. I'll just let you know what happens. But, and, boy, I don't know about that, but I don't know if I got enough ink. I might have to go to the store. I got to print out new rules. Oh, I don't know about that. Or maybe it's just a errata that you print out. But yeah, I don't know how much ink I got either. So to see what's going on with the old printer. Might have to take a trip to the old, or start printing it in the middle of it. Go take a trip to the old Office Max. Or, you know what I'm thinking? I got that wrong. These things are okay. I think this thing here is the one that has to be, has to be reprinted. So I'm sorry about that. I had that wrong. It's really sad because these are nice cards. Now, when I was watching a Player's Aid review of the game, Alexander was talking about he'd just overlay it. So maybe this does look like a piece of paper. There you go. This might be a paper size. So maybe that's all we'll have to do is just overlay that. That's what he's talking about. And then, like I said, print up some new rules. They should have gave me a discount. How much was this game? I got to print up new rules. All right, we'll see what's up. We're all set to go. Here you go. Big picture. Whew. That's a big game. Big game. Big coat. All right, we'll be back. Call us a video. That's what's going on down here in the war room section of the Man Cave. Oh, got a little mini fella all over. There you go. We'll be back.